Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about parenting and how we can improve our relationships with our kids. I'm a mom of four. I have a 12-year-old, 10-year-old, 3-year-old, and an 8-month-old. But these are just some things that I do to try my best to have a good relationship with them. And hopefully it can bring some value to you and your relationship with your kids if you choose to use this. But just some background as far as me and my personality goes is I'm honestly a pretty passive person. I have a very high patience level. I don't like conflict. I don't like yelling. They're just I don't know. I'm honestly a pretty calm person. There are times I can get mad, but it's not all the time. I don't like stress. I don't like drama. So honestly, we're pretty, for the most part, kind of happy-go-lucky. But if you are somebody who has a lower patience level, or maybe you are just naturally more on edge, it's okay. You can watch it anyways and choose what things might work for you guys. But it's just kind of a background so you kind of understand that maybe the foundation part of my relationship with my kids. But anyways, so something that I do is take interest in their interests. And I know that's something common that most people might say, but even if it's something that doesn't really strike you as like, oh, I really don't want to learn about that, just try it anyways, because if you think about it, they are their own individual person. So their interest in stuff, again, like I said, I have four kids. All four of my children are not copy and paste. They're not all the same. They're going to have their own individual interests. And I honestly really enjoy having a relationship and getting to know them each individually. And it's pretty fun because how fast, we all know as parents, phases come and go so quickly sometimes. And it's just really awesome to continue to get to learn about my children. I get to learn new versions of them, and I really do enjoy that. And I think it helps them, I don't know, maybe feel appreciated or that somebody's taking interest in what they're interested in. The other thing I would say that I do with them is I'm a type of person that I do overuse the I love yous, and I do give lots of hugs. Now, for my two older ones, for I would say maybe from 6 until 9, I wasn't giving that many hugs. So I wasn't doing a lot of physical touch or snuggles. I did say I love you a lot, and I always tell my kids how much I appreciate them, but I didn't really give them a lot of hugs because I just kind of felt like this was for my first older two. I didn't know if, oh, they're getting older, maybe they don't want to be touched as much, maybe it might make them feel embarrassed or uncomfortable. And so I just kind of like tapered off from giving them hugs and whatnot. And then one day, one of my kids asked for a hug, and I asked her, I said, well, do you miss when I used to hug you a lot? Or do you appreciate that I don't hug you? Is it embarrassing? And they opened up to me and said that they actually really missed me giving them hugs or just snuggling on the couch and watching a movie. And so we just reincorporated the hugging. And honestly, something that I have noticed with my oldest, she's 12, she is special needs, so she's pretty delayed with speech and lower muscle tone and whatnot. But with her, I have noticed that by giving her more hugs, she and our relationship is completely different. It is so much better. We used to fight pretty often, and I've noticed that ever since I've started giving her a lot more hugs, that I am nicer to her, and she has been so much more nicer to me. And yeah, so I mean, if you have, I don't know if it's just because she's special needs, maybe she needs that extra love, or, you know, preteen, maybe just extra support. But if you have a relationship where you think, man, I'm constantly fighting with my kid. Now, I honestly don't know if this would work for teenagers. I don't have a teenager yet. But yeah, try it. See what happens, because it's been so awesome being able to see our relationship just sort of rebuild and get stronger because of just hugging, honestly. So anyways, that is something I do, is I overuse the I love yous and the hugs. Okay. The other thing that I do is I always tend to remind my kids that no matter what happens when they get older, from now, until they're just keep growing, whatever opinions they form of their own, whether it's like they pick a religion, a different religion or whatever. I'm not very religious, but if they picked a religion or maybe political views or lifestyle of eating, whatever it is. I honestly don't care. I tell them I'm going to support them no matter what. I'm going to love my kids no matter what. I will always have their back. I'll always do my best to be their biggest cheerleader and that I believe in them 100%. I always tell that to them and I stand by it 100% because they are, again, I believe each of my four beautiful kids are their own individuals. They're going to have a totally different experience in this life than what I've had. They have a special path that I believe they have a purpose for, and it's my job to support them and respect them and love them for who they are. And I think that really helps them. The other thing that I do now, this one might seem a little odd or some people might not like it, but I tell my kids that honestly, in one way or another, it might have already happened, it might happen eventually. I will probably screw you guys up in one way or another, okay? Now, when you guys get older, please, if you ever, I mean, I'm hoping some of you can relate to this. Say you feel like when you're a kid you're having a good childhood. You hit your 20s or 30s and then all of a sudden you're like, "Wow, there's some stuff that I haven't let go of or that really bothered me." And you bring it up to your parents and maybe your parents don't take full accountability for it or just be like, "Oh, well, that wasn't my intention, but I'm so sorry you felt that way," or whatever it is. I don't want that to happen to my kids. So I always tell them, if you guys ever, if it happens now or when you're way older, I don't care how many decades from now it happens, if you ever think, wow, mom really hurt me as a kid, that made me feel this way or that way, I want them to come and tell me, and I will take accountability and I will own it and I will say sorry and ask them for forgiveness because I want them to always feel validated, even if it was never my intention as a parent to hurt my kid. I don't think it's any of our intentions, but it can happen because, again, they're their own individual. They're going to have their own experience in this world. So, though I didn't intend to hurt them, it might happen. And because of that, and because of how much I love them, I want to be able to take accountability for that. Let me think if there's anything else. One-on-one dates, we do every now and then. I try to do it once a month, but honestly, it kind of gets tough because, again, I have four kids. And when we first started doing this, we were doing a lot better financially. Right now, my husband's in this transition with jobs, so things are a little bit tighter. But typically, I do like to try and take them out one by one on a one-on-one date. I haven't done it with the 8-month-old yet because she's so darn tiny. But the three older ones, I do enjoy doing that with. And really, it is so fun because typically when I see my kids, they're all together. So I'm always seeing them in a group setting, teasing each other, playing. But wow, when I take them one-on-one, to see them alone, just that one-on-one personality, they are amazing. I mean, they're amazing in a group too, but just to really get to know them on an individual level is so fun. It's so awesome. But anyways, those are some things I do in our life to improve our relationship. I'm sure I could think of other things that I do, but those are the main things that I feel like really help us have a great relationship. On a side note, there's an extra one. Is I encourage them to be silly, honestly. We will take time. We have crazy dance offs. And I just want them to know to not take life so seriously. There's a time and place to be serious, to, take things slower or whatever. But then there's a time to be silly, relax, let loose. So those are some things. But anyways, I hope this all helped you, and I hope it brings value to you and possibly your relationship with your kid. And yeah, I love my kids so much. They are my whole world. And I believe that your children are your whole world too. So let's all step up to the plate and always try to improve ourselves, not just for ourselves as an individual to be happier in life, but to just always have a great relationship with our kids and to let them know that they're loved and they're totally supported and that it doesn't matter how old they are, they're amazing human beings who can bring so much greatness into this world. And I think it's our job to just nurture that and watch them become the best version that they can of themselves. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great day.